and welcome to the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. I'm your host, Jill Fraley-Dotson. Today joining me, first up, Pikeville City Commissioner Steve Hartsock. Hey Steve,
hey,
good day.
Jill, good to be here.
I love it when we get together because you're the one that always talks about the great events that go on in the city and recap us on what has happened and tell us some things that are going on. So always a pleasure to sit down with you. You've been a Pikeville City Commissioner for a while now, so very well versed in a lot of the different events going on in the city. So first, let's recap some things that have happened in the past few weeks. And one that I really want to talk about that has already been scheduled for next year is the Bourbon and Spirits Winter Fair. That was something that happened in February, and it was heavily attended, but what a great event.
It is, Jill. I think what makes this such an exciting event, it happens at a good time of year. It's right after the holidays. You're looking for something to do on a weekend. And what a great event that has turned out to be. Yeah,
over 50 vendors with bourbon and spirits. And really it was bourbon distillers and local cigar makers and cigar makers really from all over.
Right, yes, they come from all over. And it's amazing how much you can learn, stuff you didn't know by going down talking to the distillers and the manufacturers of these cigars and stuff, stuff you had no clue.
Certainly, I think there were over like 500 people that attended over the course of the day, and all of these different, like I said, vendors were set up, and Pikeville City Tourism was represented well, gave away some prizes and things.
Yes, give out T-shirts and mugs and stuff like that, you know. And just like you say, it went so well, they've already scheduled next year's event for February 15th.
Yeah, and we were talking about that before we came on the air about, we thought it was going to be another event for maybe for March, but certainly it's already been scheduled for February 15th of 2020. And of course, we'll see a lot of different publications and everything about that as we get closer. But I know a lot of people bought into the VIP section, and that was a place where they could do tasted rare bottles of, I know Pappy Van Winkle is a bourbon blade, Bow 2020, Elmer T, and some other interesting distillers that maybe people here had never had the opportunity to explore.
Yes, there's so many kinds of bourbon, cigars and stuff, and you don't realize that till you go to something like this and learn about them. It was a great event.
It is, and certainly with Dueling Barrels now, a resident of the city of Pikeville, we love promoting different events that have different type of people come in, and people that may not have ever been to the city of Pikeville get to come in.
That's what Dueling Barrels, they're such great people. Now, they're not just here to represent their business. They want to get involved in the community. They host events. They want to be a part of the community.
Yeah, they certainly do. We're going to talk about them coming up too for St. Patty's Day. But I do want to mention Josh Turner was at the Expo Center recently. Great concert. Great concert.
It turned out real well. It was a great show. The crowd was just tremendous down there that night. They was excited to see them. And the Expo staff, you know, they done such a great job at this concert, just like every concert they do.
Every concert they have. And I was mentioning to someone this past week because they were able to come into the Expo Center for the 15th Region Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament. And they said, you know, you have concerts and you have ball games, but the Expo Center is used on a daily basis. If it's not the full arena, then the meeting spaces are being used too.
Yeah, so much stuff goes on down there that you don't realize. If you go there and just check everything out, they do quite a bit every day.
They certainly do. And like I mentioned, the 15th Region Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament just wrapped up.
What a tournament. We are so fortunate to have the place like that there at the Expo that we can go watch. There's a lot of talent around this. And if you like basketball, that's the place to be for that entire week, girls and boys.
Yeah, certainly so, and bring so many people into the city that may not venture to Pikeville because they live further out, but certainly they come and they eat in our restaurants and they shop, and we're thankful to host the tournament as we are every year. And what a great venue for these kids to play on too. They're used to playing on high school floors, but to be in an arena like the Expo is certainly a once-in-a-lifetime experience for most of them.
It is for the kids and the fans. I like going around talking to people that come in down there. And this year there was just a different atmosphere on how happy everybody was, the way everything was progressed down there at the Expo. It's a great environment.
Yeah, we had some luck and some sorrow, I guess, for our local high school team in the Pikeville High School. The boys team just fell short to Johnson Central.
Things happen, you know. We've won it. We've been very successful on our boys' side, but we just need to concentrate on the Lady Panthers and let's fill Rupp up this week.
Yeah, that's right. They first time in 39 years that they've been to a state tournament and won the region championship. Only third time in school history. Yeah. So they're really excited about that, and they'll play in the girls' Sweet 16. First time in Rupp Arena ever.
Yes, it's going to be exciting for them. And, you know, I don't know these girls personally. I've watched them play and stuff, but all I hear is how hard they've worked. And it's paying off for them now, and that's what hard work does for them.
They definitely do.
Congratulations to them.
I'm fortunate enough to know most of them
very
well, and it's a great group of girls, and I think just exemplifies really what a team effort is.
Yes.
And sisterhood, if you will, teamwork, and just a desire to want to do better and want to win.
When you watch them play, you can tell they enjoy one another on and off the court, and that's what makes a good team.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. So best of luck to the Lady Panthers. Now, upcoming events, we are in the month of March, and March is usually the time that a lot of events start happening and people start to come out after the winter chill and everything. March 16th is going to be the St. Patty's Day block party, and I love this, it's the first run of the year, the St. Patty's Day Run for a Beer Mug 5K hosted by the Main Street program.
Yes, Main Street program's putting this on. There's going to be so much going on that day right there. And we've talked before about St. Patrick's Day. We've really went all out this year, and we're hoping it catches on and just grows every year.
Yeah, a lot of other cities have big to-dos for St. Patty's Day, like New York, especially Boston, Chicago.
Yes. Washington, D.C. I know I've been up there on St. Patrick's Day before, and they go all out. And we're just trying to get involved in it.
It is going to be a lot of fun. So if you are a runner or even a walker and want to participate in the 5K Run for a Beer Mug, that is going to start that afternoon. You register that morning, but then you will get the beer mug, and then you can take it to the Dueling Barrels tent, and for a special price, they say get a green beverage.
A green beverage, yes.
So keeping with that, and then there's also going to be dueling bluegrass bands and dancers, and food too, traditional Irish food.
The food, the drinks, everything that day is going to be really nice, and desserts by Jenny Wiley.
Yeah. Brown Betty's.
And Brown Betty's. It's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, it is going to be a lot of fun. And then they're going to end the night with a block party at Bank 253. Always a fun place to be with a DJ and a light show. And you can register for the 5K at visitpikeville.com. So make sure if you want to get out and enjoy those things.
Go ahead and get that done.
Absolutely. Also, now, this is something that I watched as a child with my grandmother, if you can believe that, and my dad and everybody. But WWE Live Road to WrestleMania Super Show is coming in March.
Yes. I'm like you. Growing up, I watched a lot of the wrestling. I learned more talking to Josh Kessler about wrestling now.
He is the wrestling aficionado.
If we could get him in the ring one day with these guys, then we'll sell some tickets for that.
I agree, absolutely. It is going to be a lot of fun, though. Going to be on a Monday night, Raw and SmackDown live under one roof for one night only. Now, what's on the line there?
Well, Josh was explaining to me that these different two groups have come together now, and one of the superstars had been out on an illness or something, and he's back. And he said since this guy came back, ticket sales have just went out the roof at the Expo Center. So he's a popular guy, and from both organizations, they've gathered them in one night. So should be exciting.
I was just looking over my notes here because I can't remember their names. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Charlotte Flair.
The name Flair's daughter. So you got to know that.
Ric Flair's daughter. She's a gorgeous lady. Going to be fun to see her. And Samoa Joe and many more. And it's just going to be a fun event. Tickets are on sale now. March 29th, 7:30 p.m. Downtown Pikeville's going to be the place to be.
It will be the place to be. So like I said, I watched them growing up. I don't watch a lot of it on TV now, but every time they've been here, and I do like going watching it live. It's a great night of entertainment.
Great entertainment, that's for sure. Another entertaining thing going to go on at the Expo Center coming up April 7th is the City Fest, City Rock Fest featuring Seventh Day Slumber at the Expo Center.
Right. It's going to be Christian rock bands. I know of about 6 that's going to be there also. And it goes to show you, the guys at the Expo, what kind of shows they're bringing now. It's something for everyone. So this is going to be a great show. Yeah,
going to be a great time. And as we wrap up today, Hillbilly Days, just around the corner. I know one of your favorite times of year.
I love
Mine too. I can't wait to get my different places with my food that we always like to attend. So there's going to be a new layout.
There is. As we all know, around the park area, I know it's real congested during Hillbilly Days. I think they're going to spread it out this year down Division Street some around the new courthouse. So as far as safety concerns and just walking around town, it's going to make it a lot more convenient for everyone.
Yeah, there's going to be some new local artisans and crafts fair. They're going to be inside the expo Thursday and Friday, so that's a little different than what we're normally used to. So make sure you mark your calendars for that. And when are the opening ceremonies?
The opening ceremony is that Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Thursday, 5 at the City
11th,
Park. Yeah,
11th.
and then
Jill, one thing I would like to point out is going to be our pickup locations this year.
Okay.
At the one of them's going to be at the Department of Transportation, and of course the ones at Pikeville High School, the Farmers Market, and the Town and Country Shopping Center. We hope that people will utilize these to make it a lot better getting in and out of town. And the drop-off point will be right there at the expo, and they run, I think it's every 15 or 30 minutes. So
I think it's every 15 minutes.
Every 15, yes.
Yeah, and with the addition of the new spaces, it's going to be a lot faster, a lot more convenient.
Yes.
So yeah, if you are wanting to go downtown and you want to stay all day and you don't want to have to find a quick parking space, just make sure that you go to one of those locations, and it's so much easier.
It is.
You know, just to not have to have the hassle of parking in the downtown area.
You can stay as long as you want.
Yeah, and eat and party. And also, one of our new events this year, the first annual Hillbilly Days Arm Wrestling Tournament, hosted by the world arm wrestling champion Travis Badgett. He's the brother to one of our city.
Yes, Andy Linton's brother.
Andy Linton, one of our city workers, and he is something else.
He is. He come to town during last year on one of the Main Street Lives, and we had a great time with him down there. He just mingles with the crowd. He gets everybody into it. He's a great guy too, like Andy.
You're going to try your hand at that?
Well, yeah, you know I will.
Try.
You know, I'll try.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun though. Also, stump speaking.
Stump speaking, if that's what you want to hear, usually on Saturday morning,
10
around
o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And then, of course, one of the favorite things is the parade. All the kids love to come out for that.
Yes, the parade just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. We all love the good parade.
It's certainly so, and that's going to be at 2 o'clock on Saturday. And if you want to be in the parade, you can register now at pikevilleky.gov. We want to make sure everybody knows that, so they can get registered early. Then the big event to wrap it up, Travis Tritt. Yeah.
Close it down that night with Travis Tritt. There's still tickets available, but they have sold good, and they're still selling pretty quick, so you better get yours.
Yeah, Appalachian Wireless box office, or just walk up right to the Expo Center. You can do it on Ticketmaster, or go in the Expo Center and get your tickets.
I went in the Expo 2 or 3 days ago and got mine, so I'm ready.
It's going to be a great time. So many wonderful events to recap, and certainly lots of things to look forward to as we enter into the tourism season
It's
of
that
the
time
year.
of year.
Spring is finally here, and I'm happy for that.
Me too.
Steve, thanks so much for spending some time with us today.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
This has been the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. Next up today, Patrick McNamee, Pikeville City Commissioner. Hey, Pat, good day.
Hi, Jill. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. We always love to update people when we talk to you about different things going on with services and buildings and things of that going on. So today's going to be no different. But one of the things that we have ventured into is ambulance service for the city of Coal Run. This is something that they don't currently have, and the city's going to partner with them to make sure that they have that service now.
That's right, Jill. We're trying to get that worked out. The city and Coal Run have a great relationship, and because of that, we felt like this would be a good service for them. Right now, they currently use a national service, and sometimes it takes 25 to 45 minutes for them to get an ambulance.
Yeah.
And that's a long time when you're in an emergency.
Yeah.
Our current times here in the city are 4 minutes, average 4 minutes. So we feel like this service can really help them, and it would be a good thing.
Certainly so, and I know it would make the residents of that area feel a whole lot better if they have problems at their home and they need to call 911 and they need to get that ambulance service there. Like you said, a lot of times the response times can be as much as 45 minutes, which literally can mean life or death. So certainly a wonderful partnership to have, and look forward to that. It's going to take a few months though before everything gets approved, right?
Right. The Pikeville Fire Department has submitted an application to the Cabinet of Health and Family Services, and it takes a few months for that to get approved. We don't foresee anything going wrong with that, but just takes some time, and hopefully we'll have that going soon.
Yeah, up and running before you know it. Certainly, it's a heavily traveled area too. Lots of accidents, unfortunately, happen along that stretch where the red lights are, and this is going to be a great service to offer and to be able to partner with them and hopefully cut down response time for so many people.
It really is. I've talked to a few people from Coal Run, and they're looking forward to having that service.
Absolutely. Our 911 dispatch center recently got moved, so it has been located in a different area now.
It has. It was in the police department, in a little room there, and it was a really cool room if you've never been in there, but it was very small, and there's 4 or 5 people working in there, and there just wasn't room to handle all the calls that they're currently getting. So the city had a building available next to City Hall. It used to be a gas station, and we decided to move the dispatch there. Gives them a lot more room to operate, a lot more room to grow. And it also provides space for emergencies. If the city officials need to get together, in the case of an emergency, they can gather there and handle the operations.
Yeah, people don't understand how much space a lot of times that it takes to house all of these different entities that's within city government. And certainly I know that they're happy, the dispatchers are certainly happy to get out of the police station and into a space where they can actually move around.
That's right, they are. They'll have a lot of room. I haven't been in there in a couple of months, but I think it's about complete, and it was really nice when I went through it before. So.
Yeah. Good addition. City of Pikeville is also getting ready to hire a new police officer.
True. We had an officer resign recently, and we've been accepting applications now for close to a couple of months. It's a lengthy process. It takes a while for the city to go through the applications. And it helps if the people that apply are certified officers. If they're not certified, they have to go through like 22 weeks of training. I think they go to Eastern.
Yes,
EKU.
to the Academy.
But it's just a lengthy process, and they're currently going through the applications. But we're going to hire somebody soon.
And like you said, it is a lengthy process, so you definitely need to get your application in if you plan to apply, and certainly we will be announcing who that will be coming up in the next few weeks.
Yes.
Also, we're going to we have installed a traffic control officer.
Yes, we've had one. The person was responsible for the parking situation downtown. They would write tickets for our parking violations. But the reason for that was because of our downtown merchants have raised some concerns about the parking downtown. It's hard for people to get downtown to do the shopping and to do the things downtown that we have available to them. So one of the solutions is education of the employers downtown, asking them to ask their employees and themselves to park in the Riverfield or in the parking garage where we have ample free parking. And the other solution, unfortunately, is to enforce our law.
Right.
And by doing that, we had to hire a traffic control officer who was very effective. However, that person has resigned, and we're currently looking for another one.
Okay. So that is also a position that will be available. Of course, visit Pikeville, or not visit Pikeville, but pikevilleky.gov will certainly have all of those jobs posted there. And if you would like to apply, you can do that. One of the things that I know that you're so interested in too, Pat, is the expansion of development and growth and businesses coming in the area. And certainly you've been able to see a lot of that during your time as commissioner, your short time as commissioner, I should say.
We have. I have. When I came on the commission a little over 2 years ago, the park was just opening. The industrial park was just opening. The bridge had just opened. And then Silverliner came on board. They were the first company to go into the spec building. And since then, I've actually began working with Silverliner. But it's really growing. The building up there is about done. Silverliner's about ready to go into it. Of course, we have a lot of other room, a lot of other land available, and we're looking for companies now to come in and do the same thing. You know, there's a lot of opportunity there.
Certainly, big vision for the Enterprise Park that we have now. Inner Blue obviously out, so that space is available, and no doubt it will be filled up soon.
I think so.
Absolutely. I know that we always talk about when we talk with the other commissioners and Pikeville City Manager Philip Elswick, we talk about inviting everybody to your commission meetings because they're open to the public. So if you want to invite everybody. Yeah,
everyone's invited. It's an open meeting. There's plenty of seating. You know, usually unless there's a special event where we're honoring a team, which tonight I think we're honoring the Lady Panthers, but usually there's plenty of seating, and it's welcome to come and listen to us have our meeting.
Yeah, and the thing is
address the commission as well.
Absolutely, address the commission if you have anything you want to brag on, or if you have concerns or questions. It is an open meeting, and we do want to invite everybody to come. And certainly, it's very interesting because you get to learn a lot about how the city works and things that are coming and different things that may be happening. So, a good thing to attend, no doubt.
It is. There's a lot that happens in that half hour to an hour, depending on what's on the agenda. But there's a lot of business taken care of.
Absolutely. Great talking with you. Great information. We look forward to seeing the ambulance service implemented in Coal Run, and certainly taking applications for the city officer and the traffic control officer, which is something certainly that has worked well if we all follow the rules.
That's right.
And has been good for the city. So, Pat, thanks so much.
Thank you, Jill.
Appreciate your time.
Great.
Pikeville City Commissioner Patrick McNamee. This has been the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. Thanks so much for joining us.